And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with the second map. We have Taldarim Altar, and at the bottom right, the yellow Terran player starting, we have Slayer's Ganzi. And at the top left, his opponent, he was able to take the first map. This is Boom Boom Prime, the Zerg player that just won on Antigua Shipyard with a beautiful 2-base Baneling burst against the Terran player that started with a 14cc. And as Wolf already mentioned earlier, before the game started, well, your wish was granted. We have those cross positions.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this because this means a build like we saw Boom Boom do last game has a slightly less chance of working and probably see a longer game. Most likely.
Yeah, I think so too. So let's have a look what the Terran player is doing. He could actually start off with a 14cc once again, especially if he builds it in at the choke point towards the natural. He can wall off with only one supply depot, but he already built the supply depot in this mineral line, so we probably won't see that. And yeah, he's just now saving up some minerals, so yeah, this is looking like another early command center.
Yeah, he's going to make a fast command center. He's already got, so many SCVs queued up in his command center, so he's going to be doing that. It looks like a hatchery first for Pung Pung as well, so my wishes are just granted, man. We're just going to have a macro game. That's what it looks like.
Awesome. And Boom Boom actually squeezing in a couple of additional drones right now. He's on 16 worker supply. Now waiting for always getting another one. 17 really late pool for the Zerg player. Is getting an extractor before the pool as well. Yeah, that's actually kind of nice. I like that.
Yeah, I like when Zergs try to push the envelope with that, just trying to get as many extra drones out as possible before making that spawning pool. Even getting the gas, I really like that.
Yeah, and it pays off. There is no early game pressure by Ganzi. Obviously, he went for that command center. He's now just building his first barracks, so there's no way he can harass his opponent with Marines or try to just build a bunker in front of that hatchery. Now, Boom Boom is safe, building the pool right away, and scouting a little bit with that one drone. Usually a Zerg player will just hover his second Overlord over the expansion in order to see if his opponent is up to any shenanigans, but Boom Boom using the second Overlord for scouting as well. He's scouting the position to the top right and the bottom left, and we'll soon realize that Ganji is actually the spawning cross.
Yeah, and Boom Boom has made some risky decisions without really scouting. For example, if Ganji had hidden 2 barracks in the middle of the map, he wouldn't know about it and he would probably be dead at this point. So, taking a lot of risks here, but he's up a game. I like this. But look at this on the production tab. We see a Roach Warren going for a very fast Roach Warren after this.
And this is exactly one of the strategies that we were expecting on Antigua as well. One of the options that the Zerg player has. He's going for about 5 to 7 Roaches, just pushing a little bit and having a look what Ganzi is doing. That's a strategy that Don Ragu has been playing a lot in order to punish too greedy play by Terran players. The Terran, for example, goes for an expansion and a really fast attack, then pressuring him with a bunch of Roaches is a really neat thing to do, especially as he will probably only have a bunch of Marines and Hellions to defend against it. So yeah, let's have a look if that works for Boom Boom. He's now building those 6 Roaches.
Yeah, he's making 6 Roaches right now. Ganji is making 2 barracks as part of a wall-up. He does have 4 Marines out right now. He's making another depot. He's going to have a pretty solid wall-up when those Roaches get there, but if he doesn't have a bunker, the Roaches are going to be able to do a decent amount of damage, but this SCV may see them. In fact, he does see he's going to make bunkers immediately. Probably just needs 1. May make 2, but he is starting just the 1 now behind those barracks.
I really like that game, that play by Boom Boom. It's actually really safe. If you have those Roaches, you are safe against the Hellion. And we've seen a lot of Reactor Hellion expansions lately from Terran in this matchup, in this particular matchup. So having those Roaches definitely doesn't do you any harm, and you might be able to put some serious pressure onto the Terran player, kill, for example, a supply depot, maybe a bunch of SCVs as well. So having that option is a really nice thing to do. And here's that bunker ready, and the second one being built right there. So Wolf already called it. Here we go.
Here we go. Roach is putting some pressure in here. Going to poke off the SCV. Does not get the SCV building the second bunker. Well, he does, but not until the bunker is completed. He wants to hit that barracks, but unfortunately with the Marines in the bunker, looks like he actually just barely can hit the barracks without being shot. He's going to have to migrate his Roaches away, though.
Yeah, here we go. 3 of them at least attacking the bunker. And here come the Marines. The Marines are moving out now, trying to take down the Roaches. First one of them up. Nope. Actually able to save all of them.
Yeah, but really retreating. Nice micro by both players.
Yeah, retreating with the Roaches right now. And we have speed done, by the way. Right now we are at 31 drones against 34 SCVs. So the Terran player is ahead in workers and also has those 2 mules.
He has a ton of units out right now. He's making double engineering bays right now as 2 evolution chambers go down for Pung Pung, so both players wanting to get those upgrades out ASAP. But this is a huge move out by Ganji. Fortunately though for Pung Pung, he does have the watchtowers. He does see this move out, so he's going to be able to make units in time to hold this. In fact, he may want to make a spine crawler or 2 here. He's making additional roaches though, and that should be enough if he controls them correctly.
At the same time, we have 2 additional upgrades for the Terran players, going for Combat Shield as well as, of course, Stim. And the first Spine Crawler being built for Boong Boong. Will he be able to hold that off? 14 additional Zerglings are being produced as well as a bunch of Roaches. Here we go, that Spine Crawler is killed already, and here come the Roaches and the Queens. 2 of the Queens are already dead. The Roaches are streaming in. Where are those Zerglings? Still need some time to get them into the game. But the Marines trying to take out the drones now, and here are the Zerglings killing off all the Marines with the help of the Roaches. Well defended by Boong Boong, and he just had those units out just in time to deal with that push.
Ganji, I believe, was able to see those evolution chambers. Oh, he's hiding a command center over here at the 3 o'clock base. Something he needs to do at this point because he's now a little bit behind after losing all his Marines, only killing a few workers.
And I really like how Boong Boong is now using his 2 evolution chambers. He's immediately getting a +1 attack and armor, while the Roaches are focusing down the rocks at the potential 3rd base. The Zerglings just having a look what's happening at the wall of his opponent, trying to sneak in, but with the sight on the Marines, they just retreat. So far, he didn't even try to scout the 3rd base of his opponent. He could have flown down there with his Overlord. That would have probably helped him quite a lot, but both scouting Overlords from the earlier stage of the game are still at the bottom right and bottom left and top right.
Yeah, he wants to check those rocks to see if those have been destroyed. Since he checked with those Zerglings, he saw the Marines were there, so he was like, okay, you're not destroying the rocks, but he's not thinking about the possibility of Ganji hiding this 3rd base where there's no rocks.
Yeah, that ninja expansion is really nice for the Terran player, and that might actually be Boong Boong's downfall, because as Ganji on the first map, Boong Boong has not all the scouting information he needs in order to prepare for that game. And the Terran player is moving out once more, has a bunch of Marauders in the mix, and is getting +1 armor and attack, as is the Zerg player.
Both players getting that 1-1.
Oh, here we go, scouting, sorry.
That's fine, yeah, the Zerglings are going to spot this, and the Zergling does spot the command center, which is being made into a planetary as well, down over here at the 3 o'clock position. He's going to try to maybe kill it before it becomes a planetary. I don't know if it's going to be enough, maybe.
Looks like it. Yep, I think that should be alright, but the SCVs are trying to repair as well. He will not kill the command center, but at least he will take down a lot of SCVs, and at the same time, the push of the Terran player hits the main base of the Zerg. Here we go, Zerglings and Roaches are trying to defend against that. Does Boong Boong have enough units to hold that push off?
It looks like he just barely will, with a few more reinforcing Zerglings coming here. Those Marauders doing a ton of extra damage, and the Zerglings will come back to clean this up. But, you know, that was a really awesome time by Ganji. He hit a 1-1 timing, but unfortunately for him, his opponent also had 1-1 because he was going for those fast upgrades as well.
And Boong Boong was able to take down 10 SCVs while attacking that 3rd base, so that's quite a lot. At the same time, the Zerg player now reached the lair tech and is researching +2 attack and +2 armor. Really nice upgrading by Boong Boong, getting now another base, and at the same time, the Baneling Nest.
They're cleaning up some of Ganji's units here. Not the best trade for Boong Boong, but he is going to clean up most of the units in the middle of the map. It gives him a sense of map presence again. And he knows that now Ganji can't really attack him right now.
Boong is behind in supply. He's on 84 against 120 supply right now, but those upgrades will definitely give him a small edge over his opponent. Now we have Ganji as well with his additional upgrades. He's getting the +2/+2 as well. And yeah, we're reaching the lair tech now with the Baneling speed being researched. Boong Boong didn't add any additional tech structures. He's now getting 15 drones, but we don't see an infestation pit. There is just no lair. He's sticking with the Roaches, with the Zerglings and the Banelings. This is going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not making that Spire. Wants to use, I guess, his gas on something else. It's really interesting given that he has 1,200 gas in the bank right now that he would not have any of that tech. Nice little move out by Ganji here. He's going to scan, clean up as many creep tumors as he can. He's going to go into that 3rd base location, but Boong Boong knows about this. He's actually going to try to flank.
There we go, trying to attack that 3rd base. He will probably be able to take that down. At the same time, the Terran player is expanding once more, getting a 4th. And what about Boom Boom? He really needs to try to take that army down, and things look grim for the Zerg player. He's on 2 bases now.
Yeah, he's stuck on 2 bases. He wanted to go for that flank, but he tried to set up. It took too long. A nice drop here in the main is going to kill a decent amount of Zerg. He's just going to have to lift that up immediately. But he may get caught here with his main army.
Yeah, caught off shoot actually, so no problem for him to micro out of that. At the same time, the speed for the Banelings was not done just yet. And yeah, as Wolf already mentioned, we would have expected the Spire being built, because on a map like Tal'Daram Altar, you can't just execute with a little bit of micro. Muta play will damage a Terran player significantly. There's a lot of dead space behind all of these bases, so why he's not going for that Spire and try to harass a little bit with a Mutalist remains a mystery.
Well, you know what else is somewhat of a mystery? Hold that thought, there is a drop in the main, killing a lot more drones. Ganji has actually decided to go for a Ghost Academy here. He's getting that Mobius Reactor upgrade right now. Wants to get those ghosts out, do some sniping action. Pung Pung, he did not make that Larius. Still 1,500 gas in the bank. And you know, I think he's made a little bit of a mistake here, not getting any Lair Tech whatsoever.
Yeah, because if it was really a conscious decision not getting the Spire, not getting the Infestation Pit, he wouldn't need all that gas.
Right.
He could just stick to the minerals.
Well, it looks like we're going to see a right-clicking over here on this planter with some of these Banelings. No, he's very indecisive here. Not sure what to do. Does decide to go for this planetary after all. It does kill it. May kill some of these SCVs as well.
Whoa, that's a lot of them actually. But still, I'm not a huge fan of Baneling killing a planetary fortress, to be honest. It takes 19 Banelings, and that's a lot of cash.
It's a ton of money spent. I mean, he's got gas to spare, but he does not have money to spare. Just now getting his Infestation Pit. And, you know, if you don't have Mutas out, of course the Terran player is going to punish you for it. He's just going to continue to drop you, because every time you send the Zerglings in, he can just pick back up and then drop again. And, of course, that's what he's continuing to do here. He's moving out with a very large force, several siege tanks in the mix this time as well. Here we go!
Yeah, oh my god, here comes the Zerg player, but I don't think it will be enough. No, Ganzi actually taking down the Zerg army, and he's nearly doubling the supply of his opponent now. He's on 170 against 100 supply, getting +3/+3. And yep, Boom Boom, he will probably lose this game. He's trying to do additional base, but at the same time, his natural is being hit by that force of the Terran player.
Oh, Ganji's dancing his Marines. Yeah. He's dropped a mule. Uh-oh. Maybe a little bit too early to celebrate there as he loses his whole army. But the second army is arriving now. He's not even microing his Marines. He just has too many of them.
Yeah, he has Boom Boom now below 100 supply, taking out that expansion, that natural. And the only thing that Boom Boom is getting are Zerglings. He has a GG, and Ganji ties the series. That was weird.
That was a weird game. I don't know what else to say, except that was strange. We had 1,500 gas in the bank that entire time. Sure, he went for fast upgrades, he got those upgrades out, but you only need 1,500 gas for those upgrades.
Usually as a Zerg player, you would love to have 1,500 gas, because that means like 15 Mutalists right there. But yeah, well, in the end he was short on minerals and he didn't do anything, you know, no tech at all. The Infestation Pit was way too late. He didn't see a Spire, we mentioned that earlier already.
Yeah.
If he really wants to stick with the ground units, with the Zerglings, with the Banelings, then he just doesn't need all that much gas.
He doesn't need that much gas, he needs more macro hatcheries, where you needed to take a 4th base much faster than he did. Then, when the attack came, he saw it, he didn't stop him from killing his 3rd, he decided to try to set up a flank, but he needed Banelings to do that, so he just started setting up a flank with Banelings, and Ganji was like, well, I'm just going to attack you right now, you know, I'm not going to be patient and wait for your Banelings to finish and just kill his hatchery and leave. And that was, I think, the point where Boom Boom did not have enough production. He was still stuck then at that point on 2 base. Ganji had a 3rd base up for a really long time, and he was basically already a checkmate at that point.
Yeah, it was a little weird, especially after I kind of liked the start to that game, when he played a little bit risky, got all these extra drones, and then went for the roaches, tried to apply some pressure. And he looked fine. He really looked fine. He scouted the expansion. We talked about that, the Terran player with that 3rd, but Boom Boom was actually able not only to scout it, but to kill a lot of the SCVs, and from that point on, the Zerg player just kind of slipped.
Yeah, he didn't get any Lair Tech, and that's still just a mystery to us why he didn't do that. He didn't get an Infestation Pit. It seemed like he wanted to get a fast Infestation Pit, but didn't. Then there was this moment where I noticed, you know, his gas is at 1,000, he doesn't have a Spire, And I was thinking, I guess it's possible he forgot to get a Spire, but it just doesn't make sense, you know? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, especially if you really want to play Mutalisks, for example. You always look, when is that bloody Spire going to finish? I want my Mutalisks out now so I can punish him for taking that third, so I can start harassing his bases. And with that much gas, he could have had 10 to 15 Mutalisks at once, and that's a lot. Even if there are 1 or 2 turrets, you will be able to focus them down.
Yeah, especially at cross positions like they were. Every time Ganji moved out, there was nothing stopping him, you know? He didn't have any harassment to deal with his base. There was no reason for his army to turn around, so he could just keep continuously just sending out ground troops over and over and over again, just marching them across the map. There was no reason to turn home.
Yeah, Boom Boom looking a little bit strange on the last map, but we have a third one coming up. This is going to be dual side, and this will be the deciding map in the first semi-final. The series is tied right now, and Boom Boom really has to think about what he wants to do right now. We have a smaller map coming up, so we might once again see a little bit of early game pressure by the red player.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see Boom Boom play a straight up game. You know, last time he tried to do it, yeah, he put some pressure on with the roaches, but it seemed like his standard macro play was a little bit weaker, and I think after seeing how that last game went against Ganji, now we have a smaller map, and he's probably thinking in his head, I don't think I can beat him in a standard game.
Yeah, that's exactly what one would expect, but well, he surprised us against an ST. I didn't think he would take Antigua Shipyard, to be honest. I thought he would be winning one of the smaller maps, so we are still waiting for Ganji, and as soon as he joins the game, we are going to start the last map and see if Boom Boom is actually going for a Bailing Burst for some early game pressure, or if he is trying to get that macro game.
There's a lot of money on the line for this particular game. I mean, whoever wins this goes to the finals, so it's a huge match for these guys. They're both going to be playing this very seriously. Ganji now joining the lobby. We're going to go in soon. I think, you know, I really think Boom Boom's not going to play standard on this map. It's too small. There's not very many bases you can take. We saw him last game, even on a bigger map, kind of reluctant to take more bases.
I'm just kind of worried that Ganji on a map like that will expect him to go for some kind of a cheesy play, an early play, maybe a Bailing Burst, something like that. And after the first map, after Antigua, he will be very, very careful on his small map like that.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I don't think we'll see Ganji go for a Command Center first. I don't even think we'll see a 1 Barracks expand. We'll probably, I think, see something like a Reactor Hellion expand or something like that.
Maybe gas first, and yeah, at the same time, yeah, Boom will probably go once again for that early hatch, which is kind of standard play in the TVZ. And the countdown just started, so guys, we will be back with the game in only a few short seconds, and then we will see who of these two players is going to advance to the final. Either Ganji or Boom Boom will qualify by winning dual side.